Hello, hello. So, I'm gonna confess, I tried to film this transmission last night and I drank this tea. I can't remember what the tea was called, but I know it was an aphrodisiac. And I actually found it to make me quite a high. And as I was talking, I realised I was really struggling to get my words out. So afterwards, I was like, right, I need to do this again because I can't actually speak. So here we go, take 2. Appreciation and warmth, one of the feminine power principles in relationship. So this is a big one. This is one that a lot of women really struggle with and find it to be a hard pill to swallow. And one of the reasons being, I believe, is that as women, we've been taught to have power over men. That if we feel that men have power over us, if we feel that they're in control, then we must overpower them. We must take back control. And this has been done quite unconsciously because it's not really spoken about. Women don't often refer to themselves as having power over men, but it is something that plays out very frequently, and it's quite an insidious, kind of shadowy way of doing this that we have adopted. So those of us who grew up in families where we felt unsafe, we felt unworthy, we felt rejected, we learned that it wasn't safe to be who we are. It wasn't safe to be seen in our vulnerability. Love isn't safe, family isn't safe, men aren't safe, what have you. And we take this belief, this lens into our adult relationships. And so what we learn is, I can't be who I am to have the relationship I want. I can't be who I am to be loved by this man. I have to be something else. And if I'm to get what I want, then I need to play a role or people please or punish so that I can be met halfway. And so we end up approaching relationships from this real place of hypervigilance. So it's like we need to always stay on guard and look for faults and expect the worst and look for what could go wrong. So it's like, I need to make sure that I'm safe. I need to make sure that this man is genuine. I need to make sure that I'm not going to be let down and disappointed. So we're in the relationship from this real hypervigilant, fear-based place where we're just trying to protect ourselves and just make sure that, oh, the relationship's not going to fall apart. He's got good intentions. And so I'm just really conscious of the light. Let me know if you're finding it hard to see me clearly. I am liking this lighting actually. So we have our guard up. We have our guard up because we think if we let our guard down, we're going to get hurt. So it's like we're constantly picking holes in the relationship, in the man, waiting for something to go wrong. And one of the ways we respond when we feel let down or disappointed in the man is that we punish him. And we either punish him through emotionally exploding, letting him know that he's let us down, he's hurt us, and we're really upset. And subconsciously, it's like, if he feels bad enough, if he feels like he's failed me and hurt me, then he'll step up, he'll change. If I make him feel guilty enough, he'll do what I want him to do. The other way that we punish is we withdraw affection. We shut off our hearts. So it's like if he thinks I'm no longer interested or I've had enough and I need to keep him on his toes, then he'll do the right thing. He'll please me. And what this actually does is this causes the man to shut down. If he feels like he's failing you, if he feels like nothing he does is ever good enough, you're never happy, there's always something, what he feels is that he needs to defend himself. He feels that he's not accepted for who he is, and so he pulls back in some way, or it builds this resentment. And one of the ways that we actually inspire men and activate men to be in their masculine, which is that part of them that wants to lean in, that wants to pursue, that wants to keep showing up and committing, one of the things that activates that in a man is when he feels accepted. When he feels accepted for who he is now. He feels that he is doing his best. He feels that he is showing up. That actually inspires him to want to lean in more. And what we've learned to do as women is I'll either punish the man by letting him know how much he's upset me and how responsible he is, or I'll withdraw my affection. And this doesn't actually get us the outcome we want. Okay, the outcome we want is that we want to feel held, we want to feel loved, we want to feel cared for. And your way around that is to accept him for who he is now. Because if you're always seeing the relationship through this lens of it's never enough, he's not good enough, he's not doing enough, he feels that and he shuts down. It does not inspire him to lean in. He feels that nothing he does is ever good enough and that he's failing. The masculine has a deep instinct to want to please women. They love to please women. They love to know that they're satisfying you. When we're resistant to appreciating the man for who he is now and soaking in the pleasure of him, what we're actually avoiding is being in our hearts. Because we fear that if we're in our hearts, we're going to be disappointed. We're going to be let down. We're going to get hurt. We think that if we're in our hearts, we're giving our power away. And it's not true. We believe that if I appreciate him, if I let him know that he's pleasing me, even though there's X, Y, and Z that I want to be better, that he could be doing more of, if I just appreciate him for who he is now, he's going to get complacent and stop trying. He's going to think that he doesn't need to do anything. And the opposite is true. The opposite is true. The emotion of appreciation empowers both of you. And this isn't about putting on an act. This isn't about wearing a mask and playing a role. This is about truly appreciating this guy in your heart for who he is now, for everything he is now. And this will empower both of you. When you stop picking holes in the relationship, picking holes in him, and you accept him for who he is, now it inspires the man to keep showing up because he feels accepted and he feels respected. When you choose the lens of, I love this man just for who he is, and you start embracing and enjoying the positive aspects of him and the relationship, your heart is open to him. You're warm. You're a joy to be around. And that inspires him to lean in more. But when you withhold appreciation and warmth because you want to feel in control, or you want to feel safe, or you want to keep him on his toes, you're actually trying to control the man by making him feel small. You're trying to take his power away to make him feel small so he'll do what you want. And it doesn't work. He'll either pull back or he might pander to what you want, but he'll resent it. When you embrace him in appreciation and warmth, you're meeting him with an open heart. And when he feels your heart is open to him, he wants to please you. He wants to carry on showing up. This isn't about being a people pleaser or bypassing the things that may not be going right. But it's like, if you're with this man, if you have a desire to be with this man and that you feel that there's a lot of potential in this relationship, then there's obviously something that you appreciate about him. There's something you appreciate about him. There's something that you enjoy about the relationship. So it would serve you more if you relished and focused on that rather than the pieces that you don't think are good enough. Because that is going to cause heaviness, resentment, and shutdown on both sides. And often we're picking holes in the man and the relationship because we already didn't feel safe. We're just trying to affirm this story that I'm not safe. This man isn't genuine. This man doesn't want to show up. We're trying to make our little girl right. We're trying to feed that wounded inner child. And when you choose acceptance and appreciation and warmth, you're choosing this narrative where you get to enjoy the relationship, where the relationship is fulfilling, when he does care, he does want to meet your needs. Speaking more to the warmth piece, I know that, including myself, one of our go-tos as women is, if I don't feel good, if I don't feel safe, then we meet the guy with fire. We puff up, we emotionally explode. We tell him how much he's hurt us, how unhappy we are. And we think this is going to change things. We think we're serving ourselves when we do this. And we're not. Again, causes the man to shut down. Causes us to meet him from this hard, cold place where we're making him responsible for how we feel. If you want something to change, if you want to actually activate a certain action or feeling in him, then what you can tell him is the things that you already appreciate, the things that you want more of. For example, it feels really good when you text me in the morning. It feels really good when I hear from you first thing. It feels really good when you check in with me every other day. It feels really good when we spend time together at the weekend. So you're not making a demand, you're not making him wrong, you're not making him responsible for your feelings, but you're telling him what you really enjoy about him. You're telling him what you already appreciate. And what this registers to him is, oh, that thing I do that pleases her. I love to please her. I love it when she feels good around me. And he wants to do more of that. So you've got to change this story that men don't want to commit, men don't want to show up. If I appreciate him and accept him for who he is, he's going to stop trying and he's not going to give a shit anymore, because it's not true. We do not get what we want from men by keeping them small, by making them think that it's never enough, that they're always failing us. It doesn't work. And this isn't about men. Like, the byproduct of this is that men will feel better around you, that your love will be very healing and nurturing to the guy. But this isn't actually about him. It's about you and you feeling good in the relationship. And you meeting this man with your heart open so that you can feel pleased by him, so that you can enjoy the relationship for everything that it is already, without always seeking evidence that something's missing, something could be better, he's not doing this. I think I'll leave it there. I'd love to know your thoughts. Please send me some hearts if you're feeling this, if this is resonating with you. I would love to know. So I am starting a 6-week course on the 6th of August called Feminine Magnetism, How to Attract and Keep Him. And it's a 6-week container where I will be giving you feminine power coaching, feminine energy tools, healing processes on how to love men through your feminine power in a way that feels authentic and heart-centered, so that the men around you feel that you're an empowered woman who knows her worth, and this is the kind of woman he wants to keep showing up for, he wants to keep pursuing. I'll also be teaching you how to stay in your magnetism so that you can lean back and receive. You don't have to be controlling everything. You don't have to be pushing to get your needs met or being the people pleaser or the overgiver. You can turn on your magnetism so that actually you draw the man towards you. You draw energy towards you rather than seeking outside of yourself so you can be met halfway. So if you're interested in that, please do let me know. I'm going to put a link to that in the comments. It starts the 6th of August. I would love to have you. It's going to be a really transformational, magical journey, and all the stuff I'm teaching around this just feels really juicy and just beautiful. I love to teach this stuff. And I'm also still learning myself and experimenting with certain things and seeing the ripple effects, and yeah, I really love it. Thank you for tuning in. I'd love to hear your thoughts, anything that resonates. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Lots and lots of love. Mwah.